Good morning, everyone. November the 1st. What? Oh boy. Birthday tomorrow. Alright. Just another day. Alright, let's see here. Amazon. What's going on?
Good morning, Jamie. Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, well, so you're taking it back? Okay, whatever. Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, getting your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Okay, that's brief enough. We're good.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Windsor Johnston. Israel is defending a powerful airstrike on a Palestinian refugee camp, saying it killed a top Hamas commander. NPR's Greg Myrie reports Palestinians are calling it one of the deadliest attacks on civilians.
Israel says the target in Gaza's Jabalia refugee camp was a top Hamas figure, Ibrahim Biari. He's described as one of the ringleaders of the deadly attack by Hamas.
They were pulling children and women
Israel says he was killed along with many other Hamas fighters. But Hamas says the commander was not there at the time of the bombing and accuses Israel of intentionally killing civilians.
That's what
Human
they
rights
do.
groups say it's not acceptable.
All you civilians
for Israel
move south
areas
because we're going to move military forces into the north, and then they bomb the south, and then they move the troops into the north to force the rest of them south to where all the bombing just occurred.
War on Hamas. Greg Myrie, NPR News.
This is genocide.
FBI Director Christopher Wray is warning of a higher risk of potential terrorist violence in the U.S. in light of the war between Israel and Hamas. As NPR's Ryan Lucas reports, Wray spent the day on Capitol Hill on Tuesday, telling lawmakers that the threats come from groups as well as individuals.
Wray says the FBI's most immediate concern in the U.S. is that violent
people killed are women and children.
Inspired by the Israel-Hamas conflict will carry out attacks against Americans. But he told congressional lawmakers that terrorist groups such as Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and Hezbollah have all made statements in recent weeks that suggest they might consider trying to conduct an attack in the U.S.
We are not currently tracking an imminent credible threat from a foreign terrorist organization, a structured attack here or something like that.
I'm not tracking nothing.
But it is something that we think heightened vigilance is warranted for.
Ray also stressed that this is not the time for panic, and he says Americans should continue to go about their daily lives as usual. Ryan Lucas, NPR News, Washington.
Stocks on Wall Street are higher this morning as investors wait for news from this week's Federal Reserve meeting. NPR's Scott Horsley reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose about 45
points. We should be standing up for people. If someone else was doing this,
markets are fairly confident the Fed will hold interest rates steady when its two-day meeting wraps up this afternoon. So attention will focus on what the rate-setting committee has to say about possible future rate hikes. The central bank is likely to keep its options open. While inflation has cooled since last summer's peak, it's still higher than the Fed would like. And despite higher borrowing costs, consumers are still spending freely. Personal spending drove a strong jump in GDP during the summer and early fall. Investors are swiping left on stock in Tinder's parent company after Match Group forecasted lower than expected fourth quarter revenue. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
On Wall Street, the Dow up 78 points. This is NPR News. Children are returning to school in Lewiston, Maine today, nearly a week after a mass shooting that left 18 people dead. Residents and business owners spent days locked in their homes last week while police conducted a manhunt for the gunman. The shooter was later found dead by authorities. In Phoenix, Game 4 of the World Series went to the Texas Rangers after they beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 11-7 last night. Game 5 gets underway tonight, as Steve Futterman reports.
Never before in its more than 60-year history in Texas and before that in Washington has the Texas Rangers franchise won the World Series. Now the Rangers are one game away from accomplishing that feat. Texas soundly beat the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 4 to take a commanding 3-1 lead in the best-of-7 series. Texas shortstop Corey Seager, who hit his third home run of the series, says Arizona is still a dangerous team.
You can't take anything for granted. They're a good team. They're going to scrap. They're going to fight, and they're going to claw, and they're never going to give up.
The Rangers jumped out to a 10-0 lead after just 3 innings and never trailed. For NPR News, I'm Steve Futterman at the World Series in Phoenix.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the infant mortality rate in the U.S. rose by 3% last year. That's the sharpest jump in 2 decades. The CDC's report also noted larger increases for 2 of the leading causes of infant deaths, maternal complications, and bacterial meningitis. I'm Windsor Johnston, NPR News, in Washington.
In NASA news, the 2023 Antarctic ozone hole reached its maximum size on September 21st, according to annual satellite and balloon-based measurements made by NASA and NOAA. At 10 million square miles, or 26 million square kilometers, the hole ranks as the 16th largest since 1979. During the peak of the ozone depletion season from September 7th to Sandra Irish, Mechanical Systems Lead Structures Engineer for NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, has been selected to receive the Society of Women Engineers SWE Resnick Challenger Medal Award for her visionary contributions to the development, testing, transport, and launch of NASA's premier space telescope since 2006. The medal was awarded during the world's largest conference. Spot this green blue-ice giant mid-November between the gas giant Jupiter and the 7 sisters of the Pleiades. Pumpkin carving reaches new heights during the annual competition, where spacecraft building engineers mix ingenuity and creativity for some spectacular results. When mechanical engineers accustomed to building one-of-a-kind spacecraft turn that focus to pumpkins, the results can be hauntingly good. The annual Halloween pumpkin carving contest at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California may be all.
So if it's the 16th larger.
As of spring 2023, NASA has invested greater than $60 million in more than 20 in-space production applications in SBA awards to U.S. entities seeking to demonstrate the production of advanced materials and products on the International Space Station. These and SBA awards help the selected companies raise the technological readiness level of their products and move. In weather. Currently, in Seattle it's 44 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies.
One more time.
Today, you can expect showers, with a high of 56 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. From NASA. The 2023 Antarctic ozone hole reached its maximum size on September 21st, according to annual satellite and balloon-based measurements made by NASA and NOAA. At 10 million square miles, or 26 million square kilometers, the hole ranks as the 16th largest since 1979. During the peak of the ozone depletion season from September 7th to.
So there's other openings.
Sandra Irish, Mechanical Systems Lead Structures Engineer for NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, has been selected to receive the
Off. Amazon, tell us a joke.
What do you call an angry coach? A cross trainer.
That's an angry coach? A cross trainer? Okay. I don't know. Wasn't funny to me. I don't get it. Peace.